If you're over 50, you've probably noticed it already. The text in your favorite book looks a little blurrier in the evenings. The headlights of oncoming cars at night feel more painfully blinding than they used to. Or your eyes simply feel heavy and tired when you wake up in the morning. Most people sigh and tell themselves, "That's just age. There's nothing you can do about it." But that is a dangerous misconception. What most people don't know is that this nightly eye strain is closely connected to what you feed your eyes during the day, and especially what you eat right before you go to sleep. You might think it makes no difference, but it does. I'm going to show you how one specific, unassuming fruit works almost like a gentle medicine for your eyes while you sleep. We'll go through the top 3 best fruits for your eye health together. And I promise you, number 1 has the strongest scientific evidence of all for directly improving your vision health. This is important. Everything in this video is for educational purposes only and does not replace a personal consultation with your eye doctor, especially if you have diabetes, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or sudden changes in your vision. Stay until the end, because the fruit in the first place will completely change the way you think about your evening snack. Before we get to our list, we need to understand what actually happens inside your body at night. Your eyes are among the most metabolically active tissues in your entire body. The light-sensitive cells in your retina burn an enormous amount of oxygen every single day, and in doing so, they produce massive quantities of free radicals. Deep in the center of your retina sits the macula. This is the tiny area responsible for your sharp, detailed vision, for reading, recognizing faces, and deciphering fine print. Over time, the stress from blue light and oxidative damage can harm exactly this area. This contributes to conditions like age-related macular degeneration and extreme sensitivity to glare. At night, your body finally has the chance to repair some of this damage, but only if the right nutrients are on board. 2 of the most important nutrients for this process are lutein and zeaxanthin. These are pigments that concentrate in the macula and act there like an internal pair of sunglasses. They filter out harmful blue light and neutralize free radicals before they can cause lasting damage. Here's the catch. Your body cannot produce this internal sunscreen on its own. Lutein and zeaxanthin don't appear from nowhere. You have to eat them. And a well-chosen fruit snack before bed isn't just something sweet. It's an intelligent delivery system for exactly the pigments and antioxidants your retina needs to maintain and repair itself overnight. But there is something else happening at night that most people never think about, and it makes the timing of what you eat in the evening far more important than you might expect. While you sleep, your retinal pigment epithelium, a thin layer of cells sitting directly behind your photoreceptors, goes to work. These cells perform a kind of nightly maintenance shift. They clear away the metabolic waste that is accumulated in your photoreceptors throughout the day, recycle visual pigments like rhodopsin that your eyes need for low-light vision, and repair oxidative damage caused by hours of light exposure. This process is not optional, it is essential, and it depends almost entirely on the nutrients circulating in your bloodstream while it happens. Here is what makes this so relevant to your evening snack. The antioxidants and pigments from the food you eat in the hours before sleep are still being absorbed and distributed through your body as this repair process begins. Lutein and zeaxanthin, for example, are not stored in a warehouse somewhere and released on demand. They need to be continuously replenished through diet, and their concentration in the macula reflects your long-term dietary intake over weeks and months. This means that a consistent evening habit, eating the right foods at the right time, is not a one-night fix. It is a slow, cumulative investment in the structural integrity of your macula. Every evening you provide your retina with the right raw materials, you are slightly raising the level of protection inside your eye. Every evening you don't. That level stays flat or slowly declines. The good news is that the 3 fruits we are about to go through are among the most efficient delivery systems for exactly these compounds, and 2 of them have been tested in controlled human trials with measurable results in the eye itself. Fruit number 3. Blueberries and mixed berries. We start with deeply colored berries, and blueberries in particular. These berries deliver a completely different class of eye-supporting compounds, the so-called anthocyanins. In laboratory studies using retinal cells, blueberry anthocyanin extracts reduced oxidative stress and decreased cell death under strain. That is precisely the kind of stress your retinal cells are exposed to throughout a lifetime of light exposure. And even more relevant for everyday life, clinical studies in humans have shown that consuming blueberry anthocyanins significantly accelerates the recovery of visual acuity after intense light exposure. In other words, anthocyanins help your eyes recover faster after being blinded by the harsh glare of car headlights at night. They don't necessarily sharpen your night vision itself, but they help your visual system bounce back more quickly from that dazzling, disorienting brightness. To make the most of this, eat about half a cup of blueberries or mixed berries in the early evening. Combine them with a spoonful of unsweetened yogurt or a few nuts to keep your blood sugar stable. Fruit number 2. Kiwi. If number 1 is our absolute specialist, then the kiwi is our all-rounder, especially when we're talking about a snack directly before bed. Analyses show that kiwis contain considerable amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin, often between 30 and 50% of their total carotenoids. These are exactly the macula-protecting compounds we just discussed. But the kiwi has one more unique secret weapon for the night. It demonstrably improves sleep. In studies with adults who reported sleep difficulties, eating 2 kiwis 1 hour before bed over 4 weeks significantly improved the time it took to fall asleep, total sleep duration, and overall sleep efficiency. Why does that matter for your eyes? Because a large part of retinal repair and antioxidant recycling takes place during deep, high-quality sleep. Anything that reliably improves your sleep indirectly supports the recovery of your eyes. Eat exactly 2 kiwis about 1 hour before you go to bed. You can also combine them with a small handful of nuts here, since the healthy fat and vitamin E support the absorption of the carotenoids. If you're sensitive to acidity, reach for the golden kiwi. It's generally better tolerated. The fruit that carries the strongest scientific evidence of all as a natural support for your eyes, and the research behind it is genuinely remarkable. Fruit number 1. Dried goji berries. Here we are at the undisputed champion. Based on current human studies, there is stronger evidence for this small, modest fruit directly improving markers of eye health than for almost any other whole food. Dried goji berries are not simply another superfood trend. They have a nutritional profile that makes complete sense for your eyes. They are exceptionally rich in zeaxanthin, exactly the yellow pigment that concentrates in the very center of your macula. A typical serving of 28 grams of dried goji berries delivers around 28.8 milligrams of zeaxanthin. That is far more than you'll find in many expensive supplements. Several controlled human studies have put goji berries to the test. In one study, adults between 45 and 65 years of age ate either 28 grams of dried goji berries or took a lutein and zeaxanthin supplement 5 times per week for 90 days. Only the goji berry group showed a significant increase in macular pigment optical density, an objective, measurable marker of the protective pigment inside your eye. In another study involving patients in the early stages of macular degeneration, 25 grams of goji berries per day not only increased macular pigment, but also produced a small yet statistically significant improvement in best-corrected visual acuity compared to the control group. In plain terms, a small daily portion of these berries increased the protective pigment in the central retina, and in patients already at risk, even modestly improved their vision. That is an unusually direct piece of evidence for the effect of a whole food on eye health. So here is exactly how to make dried goji berries your ultimate eye snack before bed. Take about 25 to 30 grams, roughly a small handful. Eat them approximately 60 to 90 minutes before you go to sleep as a standalone snack. This gives your body time to digest without overloading your stomach while you're lying down. And here is the absorption trick you absolutely need to know. Lutein and zeaxanthin are fat-soluble. Their uptake improves dramatically when you eat them alongside a little healthy fat. Combine your goji berries with 4 or 5 walnuts or almonds. One important caution: goji berries contain natural sugar. If you are diabetic or taking blood-thinning medications such as warfarin, please discuss this routine with your doctor first. Keep in mind that these foods are fantastic, supportive tools, not miracle cures. Keep the rest of your late meals light. Heavy, sugar-rich, or high-fat meals shortly before bed disrupt sleep, which indirectly makes it harder for your eyes to repair themselves overnight. Your eye routine works best when you combine it with regular eye examinations, keeping your blood pressure and blood sugar under control, and good protection against UV light and blue light during the day. Your eyes are extraordinarily precious. With the right knowledge, and sometimes with something as simple as a small bowl of fruit before bed, you can give them exactly the support they deserve. Sleep well.